What's up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel. Jimmy Flippin' Dills, and welcome to the 2 a.m. workflow, right? Oh, goodness. My hours are all turned around, but that is okay because I'm just rolling with it. Right now, I am on about a 26-hour clock. I stay up about 2 hours longer and wake up about 2 hours later than what I do the day before, and I'm just going with that. So, welcome back to the channel. You're over here this time. So, cool. Let me see. What are we doing? Still prepping, or again prepping. I woke up, actually. Let me restart that. Before I even left Dad's yesterday, I had quite a few sales that I just did not have the energy to mess with. They're not due. Actually, they're not due until midnight tonight. So no harm, no foul on those. But I just didn't have it in me. Matter of fact, when I left Dad's, I was just leaving to run to the library to print off some stuff, and I ended up getting tired, and I said, you know what, Dad, I'll have to see you tomorrow. Normally I only see him once a week, but I got to get some paperwork with him for my FMLA if I'm still going to do that. Technically, from what I read under their bylaws of the FMLA, which, not to say this isn't a fair stance, but they say I'm not allowed to work or make any other money on the side since I'm not getting paid from them and I'm taking off on their job. So I guess if you have multiple jobs, you're not eligible for FMLA unless you take FMLA from all jobs. Now they haven't caused a stink. They haven't asked. Maybe it's like some other things: don't ask, don't tell. You know. Sorry, but either way, I mean, I can definitely understand that philosophy, you know, so and I'm gonna roll with it. So like I said, I'm gonna see if I can get him to get the paperwork done. At first, when I first asked him about it, and in all honesty, you know, this is a lot for me. It allows me to see Dad more, but it allows me to work on my business more, and it allows me to keep my job should people stop buying what I'm selling. I don't see that happening though. Sales are through the roof. This increased time at home, working on the business has definitely already started to show results. And I was borderline, okay, like I don't have enough time for the business and enough time for work. And with the increase in work at home, then the business is also increasing further, substantiating the thought process of I don't have time to go to work. So I'm sure that you know, the world could end, the ceiling could fall, you know, all of these things could happen. But let's be honest, guys, we are on the verge as resellers of ramping up for the year. You know, approaching Q3, forward looking to that far ahead. Q3 is where the magic starts to happen. And that will hold steady as long as I can provide a good, all of those are good. As long as I can provide set myself up for success during this time, for that time, it'll be phenomenal. And to have 50 plus hours extra a week for this business by not going to a full-time job is a phenomenal prospect as far as business growth goes. Now, I'm not saying that I will make as much or anything else this year. I really believe I will, but not even saying that. In all honesty, as long as I set myself up to be able to pay bills and even marginally grow the business, marginally, even if that's the bare minimum of what happens, then that's where I was a year ago, minus a job, because this thing's taking care of the whole thing. So, and I believe not only is that achievable, or I wouldn't have done it, I believe that is an under exaggeration, understatement for the reality of it. Not even the possibility of it, but the reality of it. So I'm really not concerned so much now. with them not wanting to give me 3 weeks worth of vacation time because I didn't finish out my schedule. One, that's tacky on their part. It is. But two, this time next year, I'm not even going to remember that money. And in all honesty, at the moment, it's, yeah, whatever. I mean, just absolutely whatever. You don't want to pay me for 3 weeks? So be it. Y'all have paid me for 6 years, right? So, on average, I've done pretty well, I did make it before I decided to leave, which may be part of the reason why they're a little hurt about it. Let's put it that way. It's because I waited till bonus time, right? And then right after bonus time, I was like, but I mean that bonus I earned, right? And the vacation I earned, So I'm hoping I get it, and if not, no big deal. These are dusty. Got a line of, what do they call that? Line of distinction on the seam, and I can't seem to get rid of it. Just from stored dust, but let's see. Wax on, wax off. Y'all do this stuff, or is this just me? All right. So either way, back to Dad's again tomorrow, and hopefully I can get that taken care of. I need to get to Mom's, not only because it has been absolutely forever. Hi, Mom. It also, I need to do taxes, and it's been forever. And yes, I know that taxes were due the other day, but here's the thing. I talked to a guy, and so far I'm in this group, that if you don't owe anything, then that deadline is for people that owe, and you have up to 3 years to claim your refund. And although my refund is not going to be anything at all, roughly, it will still come out that they owe me a few dollars. I'll make sure of it. No, but working a full-time job, right? My wife, even though she doesn't live here anymore, my wife working a full-time job, her W-2s, my W-2s working a full-time job, and not making a lot. I mean, we're not six-figure household. We're not, or at least not separately, But at any rate, we should come out not owing anything. And even if it is, it'll be marginal. And I think the first month penalty is 5%. So that's would be unfortunate, but it would still be doable. I mean, even at 5% of 1,000, what we're talking $50. It's not going to be much. So do have to do the taxes and get to see them. And historically, I think that's the right word. Generally, historically, when I head that way, I drop into a much, much bigger market of stores and merchandise. So I shop my way to them, and I shop my way back home. Sounds logical, right? So, what was it? I forget what my record was. I was on a scavenger hunt, not a seek that's what I'm trying to say. When I'm searching out a set amount of items, like I'm coming in looking for this, like I'm not searching for the store, I'm coming in strategically, right? I think my record was something like 14 stores. No, I did that coming back from Galveston, like 17 stores in one day. So on my way back from vacation. So made the whole trip tax deductible, by the way. I need to remember that when it comes back on my taxes. I shopped all the way down there, and I shopped all the way back, and I did some shopping while I was there. So that is definitely some expenses that need to be accounted for on the business side of things. It's the little things, right? Dust free, dust free. All right, so actually, back to where I started, woke up to a lot of orders. I mean, not huge, but considering that it's February, considering where I was this time last year, where, I might get one or two or three, that was a big day for Q2, I think I'm at 13 or 14 for the day. I haven't started on them yet, but good sales. Matter of fact, as far as profit goes, and I live a real conservative life on intentionally, but I'm probably I made 3 days worth of pay today, and now that doesn't count what I used to make or how I like to have money, but I mean base bills. Today took care of 3 days worth of bills, so being freshly into this fully self-employed, full-time reseller gig is not a bad spot to be in. It makes it feel a lot more comfortable getting that extra in, where I know that even now, and I don't want to, but even now, if I come up a little short in a day, I've made some extra, and that has happened many times this week, where I've made well over what I need to pay bills. So that allows me to grow the business, right? I mean, even if I make $10 extra a day, let's be honest, that's $300 a month towards this business. And if I'm able to potentially double that every month, it doesn't take too long of the snowball effect before that growth is felt throughout my whole, not life, but yes, my life, but my business. Like it'll make being on my own more and more secure, right? And I do believe coming into Christmas, there's not going to be any issues. So happy about all the sales. I hope y'all sales are doing good. I really do. Was that a surprise, guys? For those of y'all that have been following me, y'all do know I've already pulled all my hair out, right? Y'all do know. Oh, check this out. My dad, he he likes to, I mean, he doesn't do it all the time, but he's got a generous side to him, and an appreciative side, or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. And he hits me up, and he says, I got something for you when I come to see him, because I always bring him stuff. And in all fairness, we figured out a way for him to pay for his stuff. So all I'm doing really is going to pick it up. He's paying for the stuff. But he says, I got you something. You always bring stuff for me. You always do this. I got you something. I said, oh, okay. You didn't have to. What'd you get me? And he said, I got you a hair growth shampoo. So apparently, he is more concerned with my lack of hair. Boy, this light doesn't do it any good, though. He's more concerned with my lack of hair than I am. So he bought it for me. I had it in the car last week. I forgot about it. He hits me up when I go see him this week. He said, so, how's the hair growing? I said, well, I actually left it in the car. I haven't used it, and not because I want it, but because he bought it for me, and he told me it was expensive. I will go ahead and use it for him. But if I come back and he doesn't recognize me, because, sorry, I needed something under you. Gotta get you back. We still going? We are still going. Anyway, if he doesn't recognize me when I get back one day, it's going to be his own fault. Short of that, I do need something behind you. I've said about all I'm going to say, guys, other than thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your interest. I appreciate y'all being here. So as I should always say in the beginning, if you made it this far, though, seriously, thank you. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all of that stuff, because it's absolutely free for you, and it makes what I do that much more worth it, okay? So y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow, all right?